I'm going to start recording this. Yeah, this is what's all going to be happening while we're doing the intro thing. Hurry up. Where you going for tomorrow?
Mine's probably going to end up dying too. I don't think I have that much space.
Well, if this is an epic fail, at least we'll have the actual, what you call it, audio of it.
Yeah.
And we're live.
Yeah, say something.
Okay.
Forgot how to
It's been a while. I forgot how to do this. Welcome to the sound check. Sound check, Louisiana.
It's the cameras, dude. It's so hard with cameras.
Sound check, Louisiana local podcast. I think is what we do. It's been a little minute since we went on, tour and stuff and all that stuff.
Are we doing the intro right now?
We're talking.
We're
Like,
just
it's
talking.
time. It's going. We're
Okay.
in it.
When are we gonna cut to the song? Can we just do it right now? Right.
So we're live.
So welcome to the Sound Check Podcast. You got myself, Trey Schneider,
Scherchner.
Snooter, and then the beautiful Michael Ringuet.
Jesus Christ. It's Ringette, people, in case you haven't. Or as one of my coworkers would call me, Ringnut. Yeah, I've become known around the office as Ringnut.
Okay, that's how I'm gonna introduce your next podcast.
It's a thing. I own it.
Is a ring nut a thing?
I don't know. Probably. I own it, though. Yeah, it is. It is. I am the Ringnut.
Okay. Does it go around like a ring or something?
I've had to imagine a ring and a nut are kind of both like
Okay.
the same thing.
Okay.
Aren't you like a pipe fitter? Is that a thing?
No. Just a helper, dude.
I feel like if anybody knew if a ring nut was a thing, a pipe fitter would know.
I'm not a pipe fitter though. I'm an instrumentation.
What is Noel?
Instrumentation. He's a fitter though. Sorta.
Okay, whatever. It's not. It's irrelevant.
Yeah, it is. Forget that guy, dude. All right. So, we're back in full swing. We're going to be bringing back the podcast once a week. We've kind of been busy with tour and some other weekend transit stuff. But now that we're back, why don't you go ahead and tell us if you had fun or not?
Did I have fun on tour? Was
Did
tour
you?
fun?
Tell me all about it, young man.
Are you famous? No, honestly, I don't know how many times you've been asked this since you got back.
Probably
but
a million.
Literally, the first thing that somebody said to me when I walked back was, "Dude, I didn't think you were gonna come back."
That was the plan.
I mean, I didn't really want to.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't plan on showing back up to work on Monday. But you know what? We're not, famous yet.
That's it.
No, I think literally 4 people said the same thing. Dude, I didn't expect to see you back. Like, I thought you were just going to be some big rock star and just not come back.
Okay, let me ask you this, too. Who were the people asking that? I mean, I don't mean to call anybody out, but was it like your work friends, or was it old people?
Oh, it was work people.
It's work people.
Yeah.
So I don't know what, because I had some work people kind of say the same thing. I actually had some of them text me on tour, and they were like, "You got signed yet? Or are you coming back? This and that." And I'm like, I wonder, us being in a band and knowing locals and knowing what goes into being in a tour, everybody has this misconception if you're not in the scene that when you go on tour you've made it huge.
Yeah.
And actually there's this one girl that cuts my hair and she was asking about my band and stuff, and she was like, "So what y'all been up to?" And I was like, "Well, we just got back from tour." And she was like, "Oh my God, I'm cutting a famous person's hair." And I was like,
Dude,
no.
you gotta own that, bro. You gotta own that. You gotta be like, yeah, so do a good job.
Yeah. Oh man, but I mean that's just how it is. Like, a lot of people just see that as you made it big time, but really, that's one of the first steps to getting there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I love every now and again I'll show, somebody will be like, "Oh, dude, you're in a band? Like, what do you do?" "Oh, I play guitar." "Oh, that's great, dude. That's so cool, man. You have any music stuff?" I'm like, yeah, And I always get the question, "What kind of music do y'all play?" rock, I guess. You know, I don't really know how to explain it because it's like what I usually say is somewhere in between hard rock and metal, because I feel like a lot of the people just have no perception of like all the subgenres. So it's just like, you know, stuff like that.
Yeah,
and
I get lost in subgenres myself pretty often. Actually.
Yeah, so I usually kind of follow that up with, you know what, it's just not a real big thing around here. So I mean, you can listen to it on Spotify or whatever, and then I'll show them like,
what's Spotify?
pretty much, dude. It's and then I'll show them like some pictures or video or something, and they'll be like, dude, like y'all look so professional. Like, why are y'all not like a professional traveling signed band and stuff? I'm just like, have you got on the internet lately? Have you, you know, looked up other, you know, music and see what other people are doing, and realize there's a million other people in the world that probably have material that look just as good as this, but you know.
Yeah, right. Sorry, I just spaced out just now.
I know it's a little bit hurtful. He's like, I'm falling asleep because I'm so bored.
No, I'm a little self-conscious about the cameras on me and how bad I'm hunching over right now.
Well, don't hunch over.
I can't help it. It just feels right.
But I mean, you look comfortable, and that's what matters.
All right, cool. So back to my original question. With all that being said,
did you have fun?
Did you have fun? Not funds, because we had none of that.
No, none at all. If anything, we burnt through every little bit we had. But did as much as I hate answering this question, did I have fun? I had a lot of things, man. What was that? I saw that.
Go ahead, continue.
I had fun. I got frustrated. I got irritated. I got all the above.
Very irritated.
Oh, it sounds like you have a story to tell.
About you?
Well, what did I do?
It's about you, dude.
What did I do?
No, it was... Continue. Go ahead.
No, no, we're going to talk about this.
No, okay. Well, I mean, since you said you had fun, you were exhausted, and you were irritated.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. We can talk about that. I kind of wanted to... so now we know that you did have fun. You had a good time. I wanted to go through like some of the pros
question.
And cons of things that we experience on the tour.
Hold on. Time out. Slow down.
Every time. Go ahead.
Well, you skate right over something.
You skeet right all over something.
You skate right past the comment that you make, and then you're like, oh, let's just talk about the next thing. No. What did I do that made you so mad?
What are you talking about? On tour?
Mm-hmm.
About if you let me go to my pros and cons questions, and you didn't make me mad. It was just some of the things that we went through that was very stressful.
It was collective.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
So we'll start with the cons, and just like we're a podcast where we want to help local bands and to give them a platform, we also want it to be a place where things that we've done, we can share our experiences for other bands that are looking to go on tour. You know, we're not, by no means do we think that we are locals that think we know everything about, everything there is to know about touring or recording
we
or
experienced going on tour for the first time having no clue.
Exactly. Thank you for cutting me off. And
I'm trying to help you. I'm trying to help you further along that point. So, yeah, we just we were inexperienced, and we had an experience that we know a lot of people just haven't had a chance to experience yet. So here's some.
Now we have video.
Wisdom.
We can see how often I get upset with Mike. Welcome to the Soundcheck Podcast, where I put all this effort into a solid, drawn-out interview, and Mike derails everything.
That's what I'm here for.
So first, we'll talk about the cons. I guess it wouldn't be as fun if you weren't such a jerkwad all the time. So anyway.
That's hurtful, but it's what I'm best at.
I love you, know it. Anyway, we'll talk about the cons and some of the things that we went through that we didn't really expect on this tour. Like, obviously, we thought, yeah, we're going to be sleeping in the van sometimes. Sometimes we'll be on a floor somewhere. But one of the biggest issues that we had while going on tour was the driving between venue to venue. Like, the first show we played was in Birmingham, Alabama at the Nick Rocks. And then we got there, 4 hours before showtime?
Excuse me. Yeah, we had quite a bit of time to kill.
Right. So we got there. We were like, this is going to be fun. We're on tour. This is it. We played our show, and then it ended at about, 11:30, you'd say? 11:30, 12?
Yeah, probably around 12, yeah. It was at least
Okay.
midnight.
And we did not leave there to go to our next stop in Tennessee till about what?
1:30.
1:30. It was ridiculous, and that was a 6-hour drive.
Was it? I thought it was only like a 4-hour drive.
I was passed out for that whole drive on the way there, I believe.
Yeah,
But,
you were.
That was the biggest issue was because, well, I'm going to go to the next one. We stopped at Tennessee, and we played Tennessee, and then we went to Florida,
Florida,
which was
that
13
ride
hours.
was horrible.
It was insane, and that's something that we didn't plan for. Just like with them being so far apart, some of the shows, like we would literally play our set, drive, and by the time we would get there, it was time to play the next set.
Yeah, like we actually had a hotel for the next day, and we got halfway. We were probably like 2 hours from the hotel, and we're like, okay, it's 6:30 in the morning. We're not going to a hotel.
Right.
So that was actually the only night that we ended up sleeping like in the vehicle, and didn't get a shower at all that night.
That's because talking about Florida,
yeah, going to Jacksonville.
and that's because when we got to Jacksonville, we had to cancel that show.
Yeah, well,
But I mean, we canceled, and then we decided let's go all the way to SC, South Carolina. Correct?
yeah, we canceled the show.
Oh, you don't want to say that?
No.
Well, we did. No, it was some stuff that went down, and we're rock stars, and we said if I can't have my macaroni and cheese with mozzarella on top, then I ain't playing this show.
That's what I'm exactly.
They said
dude.
no, so we said, well, we're out of here then.
Yeah, man, they didn't take out all the brown M&Ms like I asked.
Right.
It's ridiculous. Just one request. And I mean, to be honest though, that was probably the coolest like looking stage.
It was the best
It was
stage.
definitely the best stage of the
Oh, man.
entire trip.
And they had a Super Mario arcade game. Thought that was pretty cool.
No joke, dude, that place probably would have been lit.
Yeah. Well,
I mean, if we weren't playing,
right.
of course.
But so to me, that was one of the biggest issues was
Just the riding in general.
a lot of driving. I think whenever the next tour that whoever plans it, the venues need to be somewhat in a closer vicinity.
I'm gonna cut you off.
Go ahead.
Can't you look at me like we're having a conversation?
I've been looking at you, man.
You've been looking at the wall.
when we're not doing a podcast, I still don't look anyone in the eyes for the most of the time.
Why? I have beautiful eyes.
Yes, you do, but that's besides that's besides the point. The point is I don't really look people in the eyes that often, and it's not a self-conscious thing or a.
Do you think you're too good for
What's
me?
that word?
Is that what it is?
I don't think you deserve my contact.
That's what I'm getting at.
No, definitely not.
How did you keep up with this? How do you deal with this?
Whose phone is ringing
That's my phone.
every time? Yeah, so I guess we'll go ahead and talk about that today. We have Noel,
Popular
our new
person.
sound engineer, in the building. Say hi, Noel. There
He
we
said hi,
go.
Noel.
He's so smart.
He's probably never gonna come back. I'm just gonna say this as because I'm a little bit salty about it. He's never listened to one of our podcasts, and I almost didn't let him come to my house.
Actually,
Uh-oh.
I heard the most recent one earlier today from start to finish.
Which one was that one?
Probably the best one.
Oh, that's awesome.
Have
The
you
tour
listened
one.
to it?
No.
Talk so much trash about you.
No, I did. I listened to the first half of it, and because I wasn't there, it wasn't properly done. And that was the lowest audio podcast in the world. Like half the time when Will was talking, it sounded like he was holding the mic like this.
Oh no, it was.
That's what he does on stage.
That's true. Every time.
I will admit that was probably the worst produced podcast that we've had,
Definitely.
and I apologize
Yeah,
for
you
our
should.
listeners. Yeah,
All right.
I'll do better. I promise. Especially now that we have Noel on board, he's going to be here every time we do a podcast ever from now on because he's our biggest
Well,
fan.
he did just shake his head no when you said he'd never come back. So, but anyway, showers too. That was another big
Showers.
thing. Touring with, we went on tour with Mirages. I think
Group
most of y'all know that.
showers.
And that was 10 of us, or 11. Including Chris.
Chris was smart. Chris brought like a bunch of baby wipes. That was
Yeah?
probably the smartest thing. I was like, nobody else did.
Did he like baby wipe himself down or what?
I mean, I guess, you hit the problem areas, Whenever you don't have a shower, it's better than nothing.
But do you want to smell like baby though? You know what I mean?
I mean, I want to smell like that more than, like I just played a show, unloaded the van, loaded the van, and then drove for 12 hours while I just sit there in my dirt and nastiness.
Dirt?
Well, my sweaty, nasty clothes.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so baby wipes. But yeah, the
Yeah, for
shower, there
baby
was
wipes.
one shower, obviously, wherever we stayed at. And the amount of time it takes to bathe 11 dudes is absolutely ridiculous. And then there was one we stayed at. I haven't taken a bath in years.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
And
That was horrible. I hated that.
It was weird. And so we stayed with one guy's place that Alec knew in Tennessee.
Oh, God.
And he was like, "Yeah, I got somewhere y'all can shower, or whatever." So we go up to. It's a huge house, by the way, almost a mansion. It's got a hot tub on the roof, all kind of different rooms and all that good stuff.
Were you asleep when we got there?
Yeah, I remember
So-
Will opened the trunk and I was just like
Dude,
passed out.
so do you even know what happened?
No.
We got
Oh,
there.
y'all broke the key in the door.
Yeah, we were there for like 30, 40
Welcome to
minutes.
the tour.
And we're all excited because we got this house to go stay at. And we have no idea, like, we don't know where we're going. Obviously, like, you kind of grow up being taught, hey, make better decisions than that. But we're all like, whatever. We'll just do what this guy says. So we end up at this guy's house and whatnot, and it's 6 o'clock in the morning. The sun's already coming out.
Yeah.
And about 30 minutes of fighting with the key, they break the key in the door. And then at some point I fell asleep, and then at some point I ended up inside the house. I don't remember what happened in between that.
Really?
Not at all.
Well, you set up an air mattress that night, didn't you?
Yeah, and halfway through my sleep, which was about 4 hours of sleep, my air mattress deflated.
I remember that because Noel let me borrow his queen size mattress that me and Aaron shared. I remember getting up all comfy looking over. And you're just on the floor, dude.
My waist, like my butt was touching the floor, and my feet were like,
Ugh.
to give you the best visual, my body was like this. Like a...
I mean, despite how uncomfortable you looked the most happy I'd ever seen you on tour. Was that moment.
Well, day two. Day two
Right.
of tour.
Yeah,
you
it
can only
got-
go down from
You
there.
got sadder and sadder every day after that.
Actually, no. Truthfully, I'm talking about the ride and whatnot. The one to Jacksonville, that was a little rough, but no ride to me felt as bad as I thought it was going to. None of them felt as long as I thought they would, and none of them felt as like until the very last day on
Yeah.
the way back.
Oh yeah. But even then, that is crazy because that's the most all of us collectively as a band had talked together was the ride back.
Well, the stress was kind of over at that point.
I guess so, yeah. Because we all hate each other. Not really. I mean, I guess there was times I wanted to kill some of y'all.
Well, it was just a lack of communication. That was the biggest problem. Was this lack of planning and lack of communication.
Yeah.
Like we do this again, we got to do it way different. Like we got to be way more involved and like more. There's got to be more clarity on what our plans are, and I think we learned a lot too.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah. That's what I was trying to get at. That's the cons, but what are some of the things that you noticed on tour that was executed like almost flawlessly, or even like some things that you really thought went well on tour?
That's
hard.
That's honestly hard because I would just say the last day. To me, the last day was like it was great. We got to spend the day in Charlotte, North Carolina, which was incredible. I loved it. What got me about Charlotte was there was so much life and so much just like everybody was just moving, going. It seemed like everybody was happy to just be, being. It was just like a really good energy in that city, and that record store we went to was dope.
Oh yeah, that's
That
one of
was-
the best record stores I've ever been to.
Sick for sure. I think just getting a chance that day to just like hang out, see some stuff, do whatever, and the day before too in Myrtle Beach, just to
Oh yeah,
get to decompress a bit and just hang out and enjoy ourselves for a change instead of being on the road for who knows how long it was.
right.
And then and the show that night was cool because like that was kind of the show we were building up to. Like every other show was kind of just a stop to get to this one, main show that we we really were excited to play, and doing and there it goes.
It's fine. Still got
You
my
know,
phone.
just hold on. We're gonna.
It died.
No, it didn't die. It just stopped. It does that sometimes. We're good.
And we're back.
It's a jank operation. But anyway, so playing that show was cool because we got to meet people that we've been talking to for months and months ahead of time. And, you know, like a lot of people were there to see us, you know, to see us and Mirage. They were just like, we've heard some, you know, we've been hearing about y'all. We've been listening to y'all stuff. We love this song and whatnot. It was honestly probably the best reaction that I've seen for, you know, from our music in a while. When we play around here, we do well.
Yeah,
but
and it's a lot of it over here too is like friends and family, and you have the occasional couple of people that I've heard y'all. I came to see you guys, but over there it was a completely unbiased. We didn't know any of those people relationally. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was all through our music that we had written, and so if that's what I get out of it, like being able to see the crowd reaction that we had there.
yeah, that was incredible. That
Yeah.
was insane. It's like, because I guess, you know, we spend, like, no disrespect to our area. Obviously, we
No,
love our area.
absolutely not.
But we spend so much time here that's kind of like we get to spend all our time trying to build here. And to see, like, these people in North Carolina, which is 15 hours away from where we are, these people who were singing along with our songs and, you know, moving around, throwing down with our stuff, it's like, that was honestly, that night, to me, made every struggle that happened before that night all worth it.
Yeah.
Just to see that was incredible.
I agree.
I'd do the whole thing over again just for that one thing, honestly.
Right.
Wait, I forgot. Real quick. I got a question for you. Did you have fun?
Yeah, I had a blast.
Sorry, I keep getting phone calls. I'm an important person, you know.
It's all them record labels
Oh,
after that tour. So rude. Your brother?
Might be important. I'm gonna just shoot him a text real quick. Go ahead. I'm with you.
All right. So let me see. What time are we at right now?
We're like 20 minutes or so.
20 minutes or so. Okay. I also want to give a huge shout out to Car from Stones Records, run by Jake Woodard. It's because of him we were able to go on this tour, and we're so thankful for the relationship that we have made with him and the friendship now that we have. He put in a lot of time and effort trying to get, or not trying, but successfully booking each show and putting on locals and trying to make each show the best it could be. And as much as there was struggles during, it was still one of the greatest experiences of my life, and I, have Jake to thank for that, and the Car from Stone Records team. So just want to give them a big shout out and thank them for everything they did.
Good guys, man. Like, that's something that inspired me so much too. Like, we talk about doing stuff, to give back to the community and whatnot, and I just think that's so incredible. Like, I thought it was insane, like this here and whatnot, and he gave the buttons out. They had shirts and everything made for the organizations that they were promoting. So I thought that was pretty incredible.
Very professional, yeah.
And he's a young guy too. What is he, 22 years old, 21, 22 years old? Maybe even younger.
so,
He might be
yeah.
younger than that. But somebody like that with his kind of mind who's like just going for it and just making it happen, to me is like just
Our sound tech.
Sorry,
Go ahead.
Noel's so mad right now.
Go ahead. Oh my God, dude.
I don't know how to turn it off. I'm sorry. Anyway, so yeah, to see a guy like that young, who's just going for it, man, is really inspiring to me. I think
Yeah.
that's just so incredible. Good
Absolutely.
guy. Your boy Jake Woodard.
Jake Woodard.
Jake Woodard.
Jake
Car
Wild.
from Stone. Check out Car from Stone. They got some sick merch too, by the way. And
Yeah, I just picked up that vinyl bundle from I forgot the name of the band. I'm a jerk. But they're like an easy core pop punk band. I forgot the name, but it's extremely good. If
is
you go there-
it Friends Like These?
Friends Like These, yeah. Album cover's super cool. It's got like fishes and stuff
Some
on
fishes
it.
on them.
And with a blue variant, I guess like the ocean. Anyway,
Like the ocean or the ocean?
like,
The ocean.
what did I say?
Like the ocean?
Yeah. Anyway, go check that out. He's got a bundle with He's got the test pressings. That's a separate thing. He's got the album, and I think if you pre-order the album, you also are entered in to win a shirt along with it.
Nice.
So if you're a vinyl collector, one of the things I always look for when I collect vinyl is especially like local bands, because they're normally so limited. You know what I mean? And so it's just a nice piece to have in your collection as well.
Hey, we should open a record store.
That is my dream.
We should do that tomorrow.
Okay. All right.
I'm already working on a business
Y'all heard it here
plan
first.
right now.
We should have it. It'll be on, somewhere on Ryan Street.
SCTWT record store.
SCT.
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 Soundcheck the.
So,
Soundcheck Transit. SCTWT.
it's just gonna be Trey's record store. Mike's gonna stand out and twirl a sign.
Yeah, well, I can't do that.
Yeah, I know you can. You
I'm
have
not
no,
skilled. I'm not talented. Whoa, easy.
I stopped myself.
So wait, hold on. I have to ask you. You asked me.
I like questions.
What did you find to be the most challenging thing about being on tour, just as a whole? What was like what was the thing that almost made you just want to be like, you know what, I'm done, I've had enough? Or was there ever that moment? I feel like there was.
Yeah, there definitely was.
I remember that moment actually.
I'm not gonna. I don't really want to talk about that
Okay.
though. But I will say, one of the biggest things for me was just it was honestly the shower situation. Not
Really?
having a shower drove me insane, dude. But
I thought it'd
that's
be
what
worse
I'm
than
gonna
it
go
was.
with. There,
I
huh?
thought I was gonna be horrible about not having a shower, but it wasn't as bad as I thought it was gonna be. I guess it was kind of just like I had made up in my mind, you know, this is it. It is what it is. This is how it's gonna be.
Mhm.
So, and everybody else is in the same situation. So, whatever.
Yeah.
Just roll with it.
That's how. I mean, that's not how I felt. I felt disgusting because, like, right after the show, I want to go take a shower, but it's like I'm pouring in sweat. Oh no, I lie. The absolute worst part of the whole tour, to where I was like, I'm done, was easy to load in and unload, dude.
Oh, that was horrible.
That was
dude.
absolutely the worst
That was
part,
terrible.
man. I'm done. I'm done right now. Just thinking about it. Never going on tour again.
No, man. Straight up. If we had another week, man, stop.
Man.
If we had another week of that we had to do that, I'd do it again in a heartbeat.
Oh yeah, me too.
Like if we were going on like a month-long tour, I'd have been fine.
Really?
I'll swear I'd have been just fine.
I don't know, man.
I really just wish I knew why everybody decided right now was a good time to text me.
Because you're busy.
You're right. Exactly right.
Okay, so I think we're almost out of time. I want to ask you one more question. Who was your favorite band that you've seen on tour? Besides the Weekend Transit, obviously.
Mirages? Can I say that?
Eh,
No, okay.
Who?
All right, fine.
besides Mirages. Because obviously Mirages is
Oh,
the one.
No, actually, this is a very easy answer. No Rope
Yeah,
was
my
was
answer
sick.
as well.
Oh, they killed it. They played with so much energy and emotion. Like, I just remember thinking to myself, like, this band is by far the most energetic band that we've played with, and the
Yeah.
ones who, like, you know, created such an energy for everybody else. But behind that, though, they weren't the only, like, really good band.
Right.
Black Hippie was great. I
Yeah,
loved
love
Black
Black
Hippie. I just think No Rope had, like, such a raw energy.
Mhm.
And I definitely like those guys, and they're cool people, just cool people in general.
Oh, Black Hippie was extremely cool. So was No Rope. As
Well, I was
well.
talking about No Rope, but yeah, they
Oh,
were both.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were
Right.
both cool people
Sorry.
for sure.
Also, Curiosity Kills, Slams.
Some young
know.
guys, man.
Yeah,
Young guys throwing down,
absolutely, very good.
doing it right. Rapping.
Man, I thought of another answer to a question back then, but
Which one?
we're gonna go ahead and kill it.
No,
Right here.
what is what you got?
Nah, let's wait.
Nah, man, no. I
So
don't-
anyway, thank you guys so much for listening to the Soundcheck podcast. This has been
Our
a good
very
time.
first time ever videoing a podcast. So,
there's Oh, I forgot about the cameras. Thanks.
well, you did
Now
good.
it's awkward again.
I'm proud of you. You did
Thank you.
good.
Appreciate it.
Thank you guys for listening. I'm keeping this part too, for sure.